You've not been to a scene what I have seen. I run it hard, you see what I mean. I found a way, I found truth, I found no lie. I went to hell, I come back with strength in my head. Think I believe your little book of hate and lies. Why don't you open your goddamn eyes? Preach to the power of the air. Follow lies without a care. I'll hear the sign of punishment. I'll feed the temple wicked one. You'll know who I am, Lord of the Damned. Step to the ledge, I'll shove you down into the hole. I'm the gatekeeper, the ruler of your soul. You're on a journey, it won't live to tell. Not stop to nowhere, welcome to hell. I've been real, the magazine. The angel of the bottomless pit. Ruler of the demon, Simon John. The king of time, the lawless one. You know who I am, Lord of the Damned. Time, the lawless war. Ruler of demon, Simon John. Prince of the power of the air. Father of lives without a care. You know who I am, Lord of the Damned. Lord of the Damned. Lord of the Damned. Lord of the Damned. something I don't have anymore. Trying to live without knowing what was once before. People thinking that you're stupid, you don't belong. Just another damn misery won't last long. You think life is just a simple breeze. Day by day I struggle, just not to please. The world won't slow down, remind you what you lost. You just gotta keep moving no matter what the cost. Stubborn minds see this straight as their own world. Social war, corporate wall of steel. Soldiers of the real world fighting for their life. No one seems to care unless it's them who die. It comes as no surprise. So practice what you preach. Your words are your deceit. So practice what you preach.
Well, maybe I'll just stop messing around and start talking, trying to get that replay running. Seemed to be a little bit of an issue. Welcome to the broadcast. This happens to be Talladega Nights. And this is not the Shake and Bake series. I almost said that. This is Fast and Furious Truck Series Friday. So welcome to the show here at Tarnation TV. And Talladega Nights putting on this event this evening so we can sit here and watch some trucks go around in circles. The track has been repaved with brand new asphalt because it's a new year. Why not, right? As what happened last week as well, we have some new camera angles as well we're experimenting with. Get a little bit of a different view of the track. Change that up a little bit. Camera files can be downloaded online, and that's what I did. So hopefully they please your eyes. TarnationTV.com is the website. If you need the website location of Talladega Nights, that is also in the description below. Line number 1 will take you to their page, which is chock full of information. If you're a fan of this game and you want to get in on this action, Follow that website link below. They've got 3 different series that take place here at Talladega Nights. Tonight being Friday, they run Fast and Furious Trucks, which is the Camping World Series 2015 mod for the game, with Craftsman truck physics, of course, and they run Talladega. Of course, tomorrow, you can tune back in right here at Tarnation TV again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we resume the Shake and Bake series with race number 3. That'll be exciting after the holiday break. In that series, they run the NASCAR, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series 2019 mod. And then on Monday, they have a series that they like to call Back to the Future, where they run the original game, the cars that came with the original game back in 2003 when it was released. So they run the original mod, and they run 4 of the 1.5 2 mile long speedways, like I believe it's Kansas, Chicagoland, Michigan, and I want to say Atlanta. They do those 4 tracks 3 times, and that's also a 12 race series. So every series goes for 12 races. Points are tracked, as you can see on your screen there. We're jumping in here on the Fast and Furious broadcast number 1, but this is race number 3, so the stats you see on your screen is what has happened after the first 2 races in the Fast and Furious Truck Series. You can see Brian Lovell is leading, Greg Palmer is second, Ken Robertson third. The drivers in green will be the top 10 drivers if you want to qualify for the chase. The final 2 races of the series, race number 11 and 12, will be the chase. So at the end of 10 races, points will cease to be kept. They take those top 10 guys, they put them in, race number 11, those top 10 racers are basically racing each other amongst a field of possibly 30 to 40 cars. After race number 11 is done, the top 5 of those 10 get to do the same thing in race number 12 and race for the championship. So it goes from 10 down to 5, and then from 5 down to 1. And that will occur in this series, in the Shake and Bake series, and in the Back to the Future series, I'm pretty sure. So anybody who is watching this evening's broadcast, thank you for tuning in. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to catch the big dance tomorrow as well. Shake and Bake series is a very popular one because it is a Saturday night, and it's always a big night for racing, and then there's always a good turnout. This evening, right now, we're looking at over 20 cars too, so I mean, that's not too shabby. The music you can hear in the background happens to be Rise of Dissension. So I'd like to thank those guys for lending their musical glory to the broadcast. They are friends of mine, so that it's easy to do. You just basically have to ask, pretty please guys, can I use your music? And your wish is my command. So thank you to Doug, Jonathan, Andrew, who am I forgetting? Well, Landon was actually playing drums on the music you're hearing now, but it's actually Javon is the drummer now. So, yeah, there's a revolving door of talent that goes through these bands, and it's always awesome to see what these guys can pull off. So thanks again to those guys for letting me use the music. Links to that, of course, are below as well, amongst all the other bands that we use on this broadcasting device. Just getting connected to the server here to make sure the broadcaster should probably be in the... I think it should be in the race server. So like I said, this evening, the track surface, I've reverted to the darkened tarmac, which is not even close to what they run in real life. It looks like a concrete surface in real life. Somebody was cool enough to retexture the track, so we're going to try that texture pack this evening as we watch these trucks whip around this deal. So what happened in the first 2 races of the Fast and Furious Truck Series, you may ask? Well, Let's start from the top, shall we? In race number 1, the kickoff, the inaugural race of this series here at Talladega Nights to get this thing started. Race number 1, we're going to just do the big gains. So who gained, right? So qualifying in 21st in race number 1 was Stephen Branstetter, qualified 21st near the back of the pack, but ended up finishing 6th. So real big climb for him. Big points night for him. Top 10 finish. Keith Bynum was another big mover in race number 1, qualifying 19th and finishing in 7th. So both of those guys climb right to the top of that race. And you can see currently on your screen that Branstetter is sitting in 7th and Bynum is sitting in 5th. Unfortunately, in race number 1, Gary Heiser had some gearbox issues. That thing blew up, so he had to retire from mechanical. And who won race number 1? Well, that is number 55, the one and only Ken Roberts. Race number 2 is a totally different story. What were the big gains in race number 2? Two completely different names, qualifying 18th and finishing 4th, Alex Moe. Another big move for him, which I can see now in the current standings going into race number 3. Alex currently sitting in 8th. And another big mover in race number 2, qualifying 19th and finishing 7th, was Jeffrey Elliott, league owner, administrator himself, qualifying 19th and finishing 7th. Jeffrey Elliott on the standings. Currently, I don't even see him. There he is, lucky number 13, with 250 points. 95 behind first place of Brian. Also in race number 2, Ken Roberts was fined about 50 points and put a lap down. He went from 5th position and lands in 17th at the end of race number 2 for a post-race penalty of -1 lap, which cost Ken approximately 50 points. I say approximately because I don't know the original points that he had. It was somewhere around 160, it could have been 165 depending on laps and everything else, but post-race he was docked 1 lap, so he may have failed to serve a penalty or maybe improperly clearing a black flag or something like that. But Ken Roberts is still sitting in 3rd overall after 2 races, so it did not affect him too bad because he did win the first race. Another thing to note, this evening this race is a little bit shorter. Usually they run 47 laps here at Talladega in the Shake and Bake series, which will be tomorrow. This evening on Friday here at the Truck series, they're only running 38 laps around here. Damage levels are set to moderate. Yellow flags, of course, are on. Realistic weather? No. Weather was set to the default clear skies and a balmy 70 degrees Fahrenheit with no wind. That can be adjusted, but they just set it to neutral weather. We are running 38 laps at a 3 times fuel and tire frequency, so that means we usually see fuel windows here around 40 to 45 laps in real life. We usually run a 2x multiplier, which will cut that in half to around 17 to 20 laps in a fuel window. Cranking it up to 3 times, which means your fuel and tires burn off 3 times faster than they would normally. That's probably going to drop down to somewhere around I'm guessing somewhere around maybe 12 to 15 laps for a fuel window. We'll have to confirm with the drivers because I can't remember what the actual 3x fuel window would be here. But because it is a shortened race at 38 laps, they tend to bump it up to 3 just to usually get 2 green flag pit stops in before the end of the race. If the race does go green, you would probably be required to pit twice, unless you're really good at conserving ye old fuel. This race is set to go green probably within the next 10 minutes or so. Right now we're looking at about 9:20 p.m. Eastern. Green flag is set for 9:30, 9:35 or so. A little bit shorter race, so it should be done within the hour. And I've got lots of pastries and sugary treats. But I put them on the other side of the room so I can't reach them. I do have my glass of rum, though. Gotta have rum. Oh, man. Oh, you have to drink that stuff slow. Holy moly. So, yeah, thanks to Jeffrey for inviting me down. This was a last-minute decision to broadcast this race this evening. He texted me frantically 3 minutes ago and said, bro, we need to do this. I'm like, that's a total lie. He texted me about noon today, and he just asked, hey, man, what are you doing? Like, it'd be kind of neat to broadcast the trucks. I'm like, that would be kind of neat because it's the winter time. It's Friday night. We're kind of just sitting at home chilling anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'll come on in here and broadcast some trucks. And it looks like we got a full, not a full grid. I mean, it is 40 cars would be a full grid, but I'm looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's probably close. So there's over 20 drivers in this server right now. So this will be a pretty exciting race. It's always a lot of fun when you get 20 or more. Some good pack racing, and you know you get the bump drafting. You get the bump drafting in there. You get a lot of the teamwork going on. It's just a lot of fun when there's 20 plus cars on the track. Pit strategies come into play. We saw that last week, and we've seen it a couple times where drivers had to pit early, and then it actually helps them in the end because then you're kind of out of that pit cycle a little bit. But sometimes early is good, depending when the yellows come out. It can help you in the end. Yellow flies at the right time, and you don't need to pit because then you got a couple of yellow laps, and if there's a car down, you'll get at least 3. A car a lap down, you get at least 3 laps, and you know that can extend your fuel a little bit. Like 1 green flag lap, you can probably get almost 2 under yellow on the same amount of fuel. Drivers are currently qualifying right now. That's why I'm leaving that screen up there. Stare at those point standings. Just look at it. Do it. I dare you. I'm looking at it. It's looking right back at me. It's kind of weird. Let's take a look at the driver entry list here. We got Pat McCarskey in the 0. In the number 1 car, we got Mike Mangialardi. I hope I'm saying that right, Mike. The number 3 of Gary Heiser. The number 4 of Larry D. That's a fresh name. The number 7 of Bobby Farrell. The number 9 of Chris Elliott. The 00 of Kelly Buckshot Causey. The 09 truck of Larry Windham. The 1-2 car of Gary Mingus. Number 12. That's how I say number 12. The 1-2 of Gary Mingus. Number 20, Randy Claflin. Number 21, Randy Waugh. Number 28, Mark Paglia. Number 41, Denny Carroll. 42 is Bill Hemme Evans. Bob Dixon in the 43, Tom Dixon in the 45, Ken Roberts in the 55, Jeffrey Elliott in the 56, Keith Bynum in the 63, Outlaw in the 68 truck, Brian Lovell in the 043, Greg Lovell in the 088, Craig Hagley in the 128, 326 truck being driven by Ash Ketchum 07. That's a fresh name, but it's currently red on my screen, so he may have been disconnected. The 510 is always being piloted by Stephen Brandstetter. Michael Moore has returned, and he is in the 740. Haven't seen that name in a while. Michael Moore, welcome back. 740 truck. And, of course, Robert Breedlove, also known as DEI, in the 931,455 car. Did I say car? I meant to say truck. My dog's barking, so I'll mute my microphone. But yeah, welcome to all those drivers. It's a solid field. Happy hour is about to begin, where we will get an interview with. Well, we'll get the interview with the pole sitter, which currently looks like it's Ken Roberts. I'll show you guys this screen here. This is the qualifying results. Ken Roberts with a 5.2.447 with a 0.456. There's Greg in second. Mark Pagula with a 0.475. You can see that all the drivers that qualified from position 1 all the way down to 17 have a 52-second lap and are within 0.04 of a second of each other. So, competitive, to say the least. Yes, very competitive. All right, I need to disconnect from the server. Fire up my statistics so we can do this thing properly. I'm sure Jeffrey will send down our pole sitter. By the way, thank you, Rise of Dissension. I will turn your music off for the time being, but we will hear them again at the end in the end credits. So stay tuned at the end for more quality heavy metal music. All right, now we're in business. So we need our statistics. You can't have a race without statistics. Interesting thing, though, I was looking online at Reddit. I follow the NASCAR Racing 2003 subreddit. And very interesting thing I've seen popping up is the ticker that rolls across the top of my screen here has been modified by me. And it's fun to see what other people are up to. And there's some guys that have somehow pulled off the vertical ticker along the left side of the screen, or right side, wherever you want to put it. So I might be experimenting with some new ticker setups. That's going to be cool to see. A modified GNL TV, which was created by Peter Dickent. And it's in version 1.4, has been for a while, but a totally fantastic little addition in the NASCAR 2003 community was that ticker thing. Because, I mean, you could do these live broadcasts now, and they actually, you can pull it off, or they almost look real. I mean, the game's not the most realistic looking thing, but it also doesn't look that bad. So if we can get some realistic tickers rolling across, it changed the game. It really did. Well, thanks to all those people who put in their time supporting this thing, because I love this game. Now we are being paged. This is the Tower. Jeffrey Elliott, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Blaine. Good to see you again. And hello, everybody out there. I was wondering if I could bring the pole sitter down here.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're getting ready to go qualify and do a quick interview. I'll bring him down.
Roger, roger. It's going to be Ken Roberts, I bet you.
I have brought the pole sitter down, Mr. Blaine.
Awesome. So that would be Mr. Where is he? Mr. Ken Roberts, the number 55, sir. How are you this evening?
Good, Blaine. How you doing?
Oh, doing fantastic. I love looking at this. Like the top 17 cars that qualified are all within 0.04 of a second of each other. So how do you do it?
lot of practice.
Yeah, that's wild. The getting the tires right and just getting that line. And does it come down to just inches? Like if you scrub that yellow line just like a 1/4 inch, it'll throw you off by just enough, won't it?
I think the biggest thing really is just to be as smooth with the wheel as you can.
Yeah, see, that's probably my problem because I'm erratic. I cannot seem to get. I mean, when I qualify, I guess I'm usually about 15th or something, but which isn't bad. It keeps, if you're in a full field, It keeps you off that back pit stall. But you're going to be a big fan of that number 1 pit stall, aren't you?
Yeah, I generally am. I like it if we get some green flag stops, or some, we get some stops there, and it's kind of a fuel mileage race too, so it's good to be up front. It's every week it's, we got Greg. He's an awesome qualifier. I think he let me have it this week. But yeah, it's always good to be up front.
So here's a question for you, because we are running 3X. What is the fuel window today? Because usually it's around 17 to 20 or so on a 2X.
I believe it's around 13 laps.
Oh, okay. I predicted 12 to 15, so I guess I was pretty close then. With a 38 lap race, it should be, yeah, like you say, it's going to be some math involved with the fuel then.
Yeah, usually it comes down to guys that have a gallon or so, a lap or 2 left at the end.
And what's the tire strategy with a 38 lap race? Probably maybe change them once?
Maybe the right sides one time. Tires aren't too much of an issue here at Talladega, but fuel will definitely be an issue tonight.
Yeah, I love the fuel game.
Ready to go green, guys. I don't mean to cut in there. 29
How dare you interrupt my interview with Mr. Roberts.
I apologize.
Good luck, Ken.
Thank you, Blaine.
All right, thanks, Ken Roberts and Blaine, and thanks for everybody watching Talladega Nights. Let's do it.
Good luck, guys, Jeff and Ken, and away we go. As they head back to the track, that will be my call to jump in my car and retire.
I need the driver, the crew chief, and the hauler.
I need the driver, the crew chief, and the hauler. Bursa. Retire my NAS truck. I wonder how many times I'm going to say car instead of truck this evening. Here we are. We are live.
Drivers, start your engines!
As we roll out of the pits on the parade lap, and it will be a full one. 38 laps are about to begin. And there everybody goes. Getting her warmed up, one full 2.6 mile lap around this thing to pace it. Focus on Ken Roberts in the 55 that we were just talking to. Right beside him, Greg Lovell in the 8-8, or the 088. Mark Pagula, bottom row. Kelly Kazi, top row. Larry Wyndham. Denny Carroll. You know what? Let's change this camera. Breedlove. Brian Lovell. Who is texting me? Stop doing this. This is a live event. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious me. Sorry about that, Chris Elliott. Blaine Donlin. Never heard of that guy. Greg Lovell, Mark Paglia, Kelly Cosson, Larry Wyndham, Denny Carroll, Breedlove, Lovell, Randy Waugh, Chris Elliott, Randy Waugh again, Michael Moore, Brandstetter, Keith Bynum. There's Mr. D. We're watching him tonight. Outlaw in the 68, Bobby Farrell in the 7, Mangialardi, Pat McCarskey, Bill Henry Evans, Craig Hagley, Jeffrey Elliott, Randy Claflin, Gary Mingus, Gary Heiser, Tom Dixon, and Bob Dixon. I probably missed a couple because as these guys move around, sometimes I pop from one car to the next and somebody might have got lost in the shuffle. And if you did, I do apologize. We are getting ready to go green. You can see the pace car there headed to the bottom. And we will ride on board with Ken Roberts as he takes them to the green flag. As we roll them up to speed, they're already flanking out 3 wide here now. 195 miles an hour coming out of the tri-oval. Ken Roberts with the pole position, and he will lead lap number 1 of 38. I turn on my tickers. So now you know that's why I usually leave that off for a couple laps. Lap number 1 of 38, and then the word drivers appears. That will disappear at the top of your screen. Just be patient. Just be patient. It'll be fine. It'll be gone in 1 lap. It'll be gone, I promise. Look at these. They're tailgating, man. If this was on the freeway, you'd be getting a ticket for dangerous driving. But out here, you want to go fast, you need a line of cars or trucks. I should keep a tally how many times I say cars when there's actually trucks. NASCAR Racing 2003 season is what you are watching. Tarnation TV, that's me, Blaine Donlan, doing the broadcasting. If you like what you see and you're having some fun, even though you probably aren't, you can click subscribe if you like and hit the thumb bell. Describe to the channel, prescribe to the channel, whatever you want to do. We'll be back again here tomorrow night. As the Shake and Bake series, I have been tasked to do that entire series in its entirely all at once. So 12 races. 7th is tomorrow, back here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for race number 3 of the Shake and Bake series. Last week, I was asked by fellow broadcaster over at Top Dragster, Andrew Miller, to sit in and call a race with him. And first time in a very long time, had some major computer issues. The game would not start at go time, so unfortunately I had to sit that one out. I was really looking forward to co-hosting with Andrew, and he's agreed to come over here and sit with me if he has time to do so. We'll have a little bit of a, I hope anyway, a little bit of an open door policy back and forth between the two broadcast booths. It'd be kind of fun. Get to see some different drivers' names and race on some different tracks and see all kinds of cool new paint schemes. Every single truck you see in here was painted by someone. A lot of really cool paint jobs. Let's roll mid-pack here. Brian Lovell in the 043. That is not a good thing. The yellow flag will be out. We'll go back and take a look at that. That happened up like row number 3 or 4. There is no race back to the line, but they also will not fight each other for position. Just basically nice, easy race back to the line to lock in these positions, as the pace car will come and collect them on the back straightaway. And it's always fun to look out the back of the pace car and watch everybody run them over. Pace speed is 70 miles an hour. Everybody will get it sorted out on the back straightaway. As you can see how wide it is. You got the 3 or 4 lanes of the track surface, but you've also got another 10 lanes down there to the infield that's paved. So everybody can kind of just get sorted and get back around to the line nice and safe. And there is Roberts, your pole sitter. So currently, we will rewind this and take a look at exactly what happened back there. Unfortunately, it was only lap number 5 or 6. Lap number 5 is when that happened. So here's a look back. It happened back here somewhere. There it is on the high line, kind of claiming 2 lanes there. And that's Denny Carroll in the 41. And the 21 of Randy Waugh making contact at the inside there. It looks like a little bit of a stack there, too. That's Bob Dixon and Tom Dixon. Happened a little bit after the fact there, too. So it was probably, everybody was probably checking up. We're right on board with Tom Dixon here. He sees it happening in front. He's checking up. But then, yeah. Hard impact in the back of that thing.
Jeffrey Elliott to the tower.
Jeffrey Elliott, this is the tower speaking. We have Bill Hemi Evans, it looks like.
I have brought you Bill Hemi Evans, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good evening, sir. How have you been?
Been rough.
Yeah.
Been gone for a little while, racing.
Yeah, I've seen you pop in here the last few weeks here now, and a lot of the guys were reacting to like, whoa, Hemi's back. So you've obviously played this thing for a very long time and took a little bit of a hiatus?
Yeah, when it first came out, I used to run NASCAR 3. And
Wow.
Everybody jumped on bandwagon, started going to NASCAR 202. I stayed with NASCAR 3, and finally 203 came out. I got on it, and it's been here since.
That's kind of similar to me. I had IndyCar Racing was the first sim that I bought from Papyrus in like in '93, and then NASCAR 4, and then 2003, and that's basically been it.
Yeah, been here. Then I've been gone. Ended up going back to work. I was on Social Security disability, and finally I can't live off that, so I went and got a job.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah. So how long of a break did you take?
It's probably been about 14 years.
Oh wow! So
Then I came back.
Yeah, right.
I started coming back slowly back in 2015. Then a couple years ago, I've been slowly getting away. And wife got sick, so I've been home bored.
Yeah, it's an awesome game. It never seems to disappear. So we're watching you hit pit road. No, wait, I'm not live right now, am I? No, I'm not. I was about a lap behind. We just watched you pit, but I just realized you've already done that.
Yeah, I had to go in and calibrate.
Yeah, were you I was just looking at the replay of that yellow, the cause of that yellow. Were you involved in that at all?
No, I just got on the brakes, got out of it.
Oh,
It was
okay,
in front
perfect.
of me.
Yeah, it's always nice when it sort of starts to happen on coming into the back straightaway. You got lots of tarmac that you can use to your advantage.
Yeah, I like running up front, but lately anymore, you just ends up getting wrecked. I wait till the end to get up front.
That's usually a good plan. Yeah, you sit in the back, watch it all happen in front of you, and hopefully keep her clean. You got any buddies out there you're going to be looking forward to draft
Yeah,
with?
a couple. I ain't gonna mention names, but there's a couple.
That's it. Yeah, I won't pry too much. I know some guys are very protective of their strategy, but thanks for popping in the booth, man. That's awesome.
I'm kind of a loner. Nobody really helps me.
I'm sort of the same way. Yeah, when I get back out there, I'll find you.
All right. Nice talking to you.
I'll be driving the ugliest truck you'll ever see in your life. I got a purple and green one. I got a bust out of the garage and race with you guys on Friday.
That is awesome.
Hey,
All
Jeffrey.
right, Bill Hemi, I'm gonna bring you back up, bud. Thanks, Blaine. And
All right, thank you.
Jump back in the helicopter and get him back up there.
Right on. Good luck, Bill. Good
right,
to
thank
have you
you.
back.
I appreciate it.
Bill the Hemi Evans, Papyrus Racing Simulator veteran, as we all are. There's so many leagues currently within Discord and Reddit, and it's just wild how many spots there is to race.
All right, I brought a quick half a lap interview, Mr. Pat McCarsky, down here for you to say hello.
Mr. McCarsky in the Zero car. How you doing, sir?
Good. And you?
Oh, not too bad. Yeah, unfortunately, there last week, you got tangled up in a pretty good accident fairly early, so at least that didn't happen this week. Were you involved in that wreck at all?
Last week?
Was it last week? I can't remember when it was. We were going to talk. We were going to talk to you one week, and then I was looking for you, and you were gone because the car blew
Yeah, I
up.
was kind of a victim in that one.
Yeah.
I think that was a team race, I believe, or something.
Oh, I think it was a special event. Yes, it was.
You know what, though, Blaine? I'm going to bring Pat back on the next chance we have so we can get back up here. And I didn't know we were going green this time.
Yeah, lights are off, so yeah, we better play it safe. We'll get you back up here shortly, Pat.
Very good.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, we tend not to talk to the drivers too much here when we get down to the yellow flag and to the green flag coming out, because they need to concentrate on their shifting and keeping tight with the other trucks. So we will follow Pat and do that. Pat McCarskey currently running in the 7th position. We'll ride on board in his cockpit. You can hear the sounds. The sights and sounds of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. You'll see the pace truck dodge off to the left up in front there. There he goes. Lights are off. I'm getting ready to go green. Pat has Bob Dixon filling up his rearview mirror. Oh, Hemi is up in the wall, scraping the door off that 42 truck. See, I told you, it's the Tarnation TV curse. Come up here and talk to me, and then looks like he held on to it, though. Currently focused on Pat McCarskey and the zero, that black truck in the middle of your screen right there. The 63 truck of Keith Bynum and the 931 of Robert Breedlove, both Chevrolets on your front row. Lap number 11 currently. Everybody pit that last time through. So if we run green, according to Mr. Roberts, it seems to be about a 13-lap window. We're probably looking at about lap number 22 to 25. If we run green, they will be pitting around, I'm thinking, 22 to 25. 3 wide right there behind Pat. High line starting to 740 of Michael Moore up there, with help from the number 4 of Larry D. Third line strong. That high side against the wall. But it all faded back down to the middle. It's fun to watch how that dynamic will happen. You think there's a third line forming near the wall, and it just kind of merges back into the middle of the track. Let's see here. Larry D in the number 4. What's he got for sponsorship? Parker Crossbows. Get on your internet website machine and type in parkercrossbows.com and use Tarnation TV and Talladega Nights are pretty damn cool as your coupon code for an additional 98% off at checkout. Parker Crossbows. You want to shoot bolts through the woods? You might hit a deer. That's their slogan. Promise. I've never heard the name Larry D before, but he's right up there in the pack. Right in the thickness of the top 10. He's currently 11th, but that'll just, you go from 11th to 4th in half a second out on this. It just dropped him to 15th, but in my eyes, he still looks like he's running about 8th. When you're racing 3 wide, the positions don't really matter until the checkered. Down the back straightaway, 3 wide all the way across. Jeffrey Elliott, dead center there in that blue truck. Bobby Farrell in the 7 moving to the bottom line. Randy Waugh let him come down. Larry D still holding the middle. He's in a good spot because he can choose to go pretty much anywhere he wants. Oh! Randy Waugh getting out of shape. Hemi had to go to the center. Back there in the 42, that yellow truck on the bottom of your screen. Had to kind of go to the middle to give room. These guys look like they almost want to go 4 wide. These guys are wild, man. This is awesome. So that yellow line you can see there, you cannot pass below that line. Reason number 1 being it's very dangerous because the track transition will set your truck or car off balance completely. However, if you are forced to go down there to avoid causing an incident, obviously you can use that part of the track. It's not a big deal. You will just sort of have to find your way back to where you started if you gain any spots. Below the yellow line is always out of bounds on these super speedways. Oh, wow. That was a really, really good save by the 41. Holy moly. It looked like he got him sideways. Denny Carroll was able to save that thing. I want to go back and look at that, but I'm going to have to do it a little bit later. So that was lap 16. I'll make a note of that. We're going to go back and look at that later. I can't. Sometimes I'll go back under green flag conditions and look at a replay. But when these guys are tight like this, running 3 wide, it's not going to happen. It's too exciting. Too close. Approximately 10 laps ago, it would appear, according to my stats screen here, that Gary Mingus in the 12 had an engine header problem, so he was involved in that accident, and it looks like it had compromised his engine. And he was forced to retire. Fuel window is fast approaching here under green flag conditions. We are currently at lap number 17, going on lap 18 right there at the stripe. I'm guessing fuel window within the next 5 laps. Bobby Farrell in the 7 truck, pushing Tom Dixon down the back straightaway. Behind him, the 63 of Keith Bynum, who was up front and is currently sitting in the 15th right now. Shows you how fast things can change out here. That black and green truck on the high side of Michael Moore. Back behind the wheel after a little bit of time off. Brandstetter in the 510, creeping up behind Bob Dixon in the 43. we've got cars peeling into that pit window. Looks like 2 of them went down there. Currently on lap 20, so the prediction was correct. I actually got something right for once. I love spectator camera with this new camera pack that I get. This camera pack that I've got. Well, 4 wide back there. It looks like there's that Outlaw, and the 68 got out of shape, but was able to save it. And we're spinning going into the pits, running over someone. That might cause a yellow. We've got some issues back there at pit entrance. The yellow flag is out, so this will definitely affect the fuel run of some of these cars. Because some of the field had pit. Some of the field had not pit. It looks like somebody went down into the pits there and possibly just got... Looks like Larry... Where's Larry D? I can see him. You know what? Yeah, Larry starts to drop speed to hit the pits and gets turned around by the number 3, a Heiser. And Hemi was in the middle of that. Makarski took a wallop, but it didn't even seem to upset the thing. So a couple of cars got caught up in that. Sorry, trucks. Fortunate for
Jeffrey
Larry.
Elliott to the tower. Jeffrey Elliott to the tower.
Yes, sir. We got Pat back.
Yes, we do. We're going pit. I figure you could talk to him at the same time, sir.
Yes. So, Pat, we're just looking at the replay here. You're headed to the pits, so then you just get absolutely like walloped in the back, like for no reason. You start there minding your own business.
I was trying to get woed up. I don't know who it was that he definitely slammed into me. Now I've got a black flag for speeding on pit road.
Oh no. Yeah, let's see who that. It was actually Outlaw, but Outlaw got hit by Mangialardi, so it was he had help.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're trying to get on pit road and get down to 55.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it upset the truck too much. I was expecting a great big accident, but you just drove away from it.
Yeah, I managed to keep the wheel straight and keep going.
Right on, right on. Well, that's good. Yeah, we were getting into the biographies there last time we were broadcasting, and I think you the guy who works on cars, like customizing cars and stuff, restoring stuff?
Yeah, I restored several classic cars, and I'm getting a little old, so it's not as much fun anymore, but...
Yeah, we saw some of the pictures there. It looks pretty slick.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's something I never got into. I got 2 brothers. I was the computer guy. My youngest brother is like the general contractor guy. And then my middle brother, Tyler, he's the car guy. You know, he'll take it apart and put it back together just because he's got nothing to do on a Saturday.
Yeah.
He had like an 81 Malibu, and, you know, that thing was awesome. What kind of stuff? Like, what was the last thing that you rebuilt?
The last one I did a ground up restoration on was a 1970 Barracuda.
Oh wow! See, how is it finding parts for these things nowadays? Because like up here in Canada, they're shutting down all the wrecking yards. They don't want parts anymore. They're forcing everybody to destroy everything.
It's getting a little bit difficult. Depends on the car and the make. There's a guy, I just sold a International Harvester, believe it or not, a 69 International Harvester, and he's got 5 or 6 of them, and he robs parts from one, and but there are a couple, and like I said, I haven't been doing it for a couple of years now, but there were aftermarket places for some of the more popular cars you could get sheet metal and stuff for, and reproduction parts.
Yeah, it's almost annoying how the government up here anyway can say to wrecking yards, like, you have to demolish your stuff because they're forcing the manufacturing of the electric car.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just bring electric cars in and then just stop selling gas. Because, I mean, and it's a shame too, especially for all the really nice old stuff. I mean, there could be parts being shredded for no reason. And then, I mean, somebody will just prefab it, and it'll be more expensive.
Yeah, I suspect probably another. People think I'm crazy when I say this, but I think in another 5 or 6 years, the only way you're going to see a classic car like my '63 Plymouth is if you convert it to an electric car, and you're able to. Because, everybody's trying to do what they can for get rid of the fossil fuel cars, and I may not see it in my lifetime, but I suspect they're all going to be museum pieces. Yeah,
it's happening quick. I mean, I'll even see, a car like, I saw somebody there a couple weeks ago had like a 94 Prelude or something, like cars that guys had in high school.
Yeah.
And the thing looked mint. I'm like, whoever thought like a Honda Prelude would be a thing? But it's cool to see one in such good condition, because Hondas, I've seen them have 1 million miles on the motor, and they just don't die. So you just got to hold the body together, especially living in Ontario, where every winter you just salt, sand, everything eats the bodies off these cars up here. But to see one in Ontario that's in that good a condition was kind of neat.
Well, listen, Blaine, I have to get Mr. His wife's calling him. He needs to get back home. So I need to get him back up there. Any shout-outs you want to give, Pat?
Yeah, Pat, let her rip.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout-out to all the team and the Wounded Warrior Project and the K9 Project for the SEALs. And if you can, give generously.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Pat. All right, buddy, we're getting ready to go green. Blaine, anything else before I run them up?
Nope, we're ready to rock. Get back out there and let's do this green thing. Good luck, Pat.
Thank you, Blaine.
Pat McCarskey in the Zero truck. He has the Wounded Warrior Project on his truck. And he mentioned all the little sponsors on there. As we get back around here to start lap number 25 as we resume racing to the 38th lap, when it will all come to an end. Current standings are as follows. Jeffrey Elliott in first, Keith Bynum in second, Larry Windham in third, and Randy Claflin in fourth. That's your row number 1 and 2. Let's get on Randy Claflin in the 20 car here. Whoops. That didn't work. That's not the number 20 car. But that is. Truck. Sorry. Current fastest lap around this place is Randy Claflin. Lap time of 47.936. That's an average lap around this joint, with an average speed from stripe to stripe of 199.57 miles per hour. Currently seeing a bunch of black flags come up on screen, but those will be cleared by race administration offices. The reason for those black flags popping up is probably coming to the line. You're only allowed to pass if you pass to the right of another vehicle. If you pass to the left, they call it like an illegal overtake or something, and they give you a black flag, but they will clear those black flags off if that was the reason for them, obviously. Green flag conditions. Lap number 26 has begun. Currently looking at the 20 truck of Randy Claflin. Mike Mangialardi behind him in the number 1. He's just racing a standard red paint job there because obviously there was no, he probably didn't get a truck file painted in time. So you get to race the red Chevrolet Silverado. Who haven't we stared at yet tonight? We have not stared at the 128 truck, Craig Hagley. That paint job appears to be backwards. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. That is very strange. Maybe I downloaded the wrong file. But the 128 is in the right spot. The rest of it is not. That may have been ported over from a different truck mod. There's a few truck mods. The wheels look funky because it's not lined up properly. The rims look really cool. I might actually steal that. That looks kind of neat. Denny Carroll on the 41, big save. Last time we didn't get a chance to look at that yet, but I do have that note written down, so we will hopefully get a chance to stare at that thing later on. Race administrator number 9, Doritos truck, driven by Chris Elliott. Currently in the 20th position at the stripe. Being a race administrator, it's a little bit different race for him because he's going to be responsible for clearing those black flags as they all fall off the list here now. So trying to type truck numbers and also drive at high speed, you can't really be competitive all the time. But you need these guys out here. We must mention, too, the other Elliott, Donnie Elliott, the guy who runs the website. A lot of work goes into that website, Talladega Nights. You can see it in the description below. You head on over there. Donnie meticulously tracks all the statistics. Oh, Bob Dixon is around. That will definitely bring out a yellow flag as they get her all settled here and race back to the line. But Donnie Elliott used to race, does not race anymore. He has basically retired from driving, but has taken over the behind the scenes as the webmaster. So everything you see on Talladega Nights website, which is linked in the description below, it was done by Donnie Elliott, so I thank him for that. Tracking the stats in all 3 of the series. Once they review all the replays from the races, he would, if there's any penalties, he then has to do the math on that and make changes accordingly. So that's a meticulous job. Currently focused on Larry Windham as they come down the back straight. And let the pace truck collect them. So with that last pit cycle, currently being on lap number 30, I'm suspecting we will see some people pitting. Here's a wide angle view here. I'm assuming we will see some people pitting because with 8 laps to go, Only some. Some are staying out. It looks like about a 50-50 split. The back of the field will definitely come down. Those guys will always come down. But the other, everybody else who stayed out, I'm assuming that just means, you know something? We've got enough to get to the end of this thing. So that's where it came into play. You can see Ken Roberts at the bottom of your screen there by the Sunoco sign. He's got pit stall number 1. He was running an extra lap or two to come in for gas, and when the yellow came out, half the field had already done so. He's not allowed then to do it because the pits will be closed when yellow initially comes out. Those last 2 trucks come off the pit road there, but yeah, the pits would be closed, so then you're not allowed to come in. Got to go around. You're going to end up mid-pack now. Not where Ken wants to be, I'm sure. Within the last... He's in the back of the back half of the pack anyway. But I suspect when we go green, there still will be a good, probably a good half dozen laps to go, so you can make the push.
Jeffrey to the tower. Jeffrey to the tower.
Jeffrey, you're in the tower, bro. You're right next to me. I can see you.
I have brought you a special individual I'd like you to speak with.
Denny Carroll in the 41, I see.
Howdy.
So here's a question for you. Back on, I wrote this down. I haven't got back to the replay yet, but back on about, what was it, lap number 16, you got a wicked save. It looked like you got hit from the side, and then I thought you were going around, but somehow you kept the lights pointed forward.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I've had an eventful race.
Yeah, it's... The truck's been up on its side, been around backwards a couple of times. Like that one time on lap 16 is a wild save. I thought for sure it was going to be a big wreck, but he kept the tires on the ground and kept it going forward. So
no damage.
No damage. Nice.
No, and I think I'm like 4th or 5th now.
Currently, I'm showing 4.
Yeah, it's been a rough night.
Yeah, that's the yeah, it just came up 5th. It just changed. So yeah, that's hey, if that's a rough night, I'll take it.
Yeah, these trucks are pretty tough.
So on the way to the finish here, obviously you've got enough gas in that thing to get to the end. You got any plans? Protect the bottom line, protect the middle, protect the top?
Just try to keep it pointed forward.
I guess at the end of the day, that's about it. You only need to lead 1 lap, and it's going to be the last one.
Yeah, I've been clutching since the start of the race, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody else pitted to top off in gas. I just started clutching. I hope it... Well, if you see me get slow on the last lap, you know I didn't clutch enough.
Oh, we're going to be watching that now. That's a fuel mileage game now. Yeah, we were talking about that with Ken at the start, how it does come down with that 3X. It really does come down to that mathematical. It's going to be a close call.
Right now, I'm showing even. Projected and laps to go, I'm showing even numbers.
Perfect. Yeah, and that'll probably get you there because I know it's always within a few hundred yards.
Yeah, and somebody behind you to push.
Hey, Danny, I just want to say thanks for coming out here to me on a Friday night. Appreciate it. And I want to try to get another driver down here because the race is almost over, Blaine. And
okay.
Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to? Hello, Denny.
Well, just good job, Blaine. Thanks for televising us.
No problem, man. It's a lot of fun watching this race. It's very cool. So, yeah, good luck at the finish. We'll be watching.
All right, watch for me to sputter.
I'm definitely going to be watching.
Thanks, guys.
Denny Carroll, we'll definitely be watching him. It sounds like he's going to be on fumes coming on that last lap. So if they wave the white flag fast enough, they might be able to push him to the finish with the wind resistance. It's going to be an interesting finish. This looks like we're going to have 1 more lap at least.
And I brought you another awesome driver and a cool friend named Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry. Mr. Larry Wyndham in the 09 truck. Good evening, sir.
You talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. So how's the race been? It's been a lot of fun to watch from up here, I tell you. I mean, there's been trucks with a lot of close calls, a lot of great saves. It's very entertaining. And then you got the 3X multiplier burning up all that fuel super quick.
Yeah, I'm not really used to this, but I've had a pretty good race and kept my truck clean. And me and the 63 is going to try to work together here and win this thing.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys have been sort of surrounding each other all night. So is that's your guy right there, Bynum?
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah, me and him. So we play another game together.
Shout outs, Larry. We got to get going. Any shout outs?
Yeah, to my BHD homies that plays another game. Let's get together and win this.
There it is, man. Good luck, man.
Thanks, man.
As Jeffrey pulls Larry back down into the race room. So this is going to be exciting. We've got the 41 truck up front saying he's been clutching and he skipped a pit. The 09 you can see on your screen right there needs to get behind that 63 truck on the high line. I have a feeling I'm going to watch the 09 on the restart. He might leave a gap for Bynum to slide down in front, because you do want that low line, so we're going to see what happens here. I wonder if I can get on Bynum and look at the back. Let's see if the 63 can get in front of the 09, if that's the plan. According to Wyndham, they are teammates. Nope. Once I get these things rolling, I'm thinking he's going to try to get behind him. There it is there. So Bynum's trying to hook up with Wyndham. Very tight fit there. Holy moly. He made it work. And there it is, the 63 and the 09 duo. We got a truck going around. And that looks, I can't see who that is. This will be raced back to the line. And this, oh, I don't know what's, oh no, we've got a few things to stare at. A few things to stare at. So that was racing hard back to the line. And who took the number one spot there, the 088 of Greg Level in the Tide Machine. Always a cool paint job, that crazy orange, yellow, blue. Love it. Probably a Waltrip fan. I believe Waltrip used to run the Tide. I can't remember who used to run Tide. Oh no, was it Craven? I can't remember. Craven, Waltrip? Maybe both of them. I'm horrible. Nobody's in the chat to tell me. If you're in the chat, who used to race? Am I right? Maybe it's Craven and Waltrip. Well. Either way, we're going to go back and find what in the heck just happened. And that's the thing. When we are within 10 laps and a yellow flag does come out, it is raced back to the stripe. Okay, see, I think that is the second instance, and that involved Michael Moore. We have to keep going back to find the first instance here. All right, here we are. Let's see. We're going to get the number 28. I think that's Paglia. Yep. Paglia on the high side. Jeffrey goes on the inside of him. And not enough room. He goes around all by himself there. And changing the camera angle, that yellow, it did actually bring out the yellow. As you can see, that yellow light in front of him there. Whoa, he just about got run over. And then, unfortunately, it was Moore that got tangled up in the other spot. Well, these guys are running 4 wide through here. Oh, this is awesome. We got to do this in full speed. This is such a great camera angle. So then they start flexing 4 wide. Almost. No, they are definitely 4 wide right there. And that's all it is. Just runs out of room. Oh, wow. Holy moly. He's got him locked up trying to slow that thing down. We need to get we need to get on that other guy. Who is that? It's the 043 of Brian Lovell. That thing went airborne, floating. So you could be on the brakes all day, but your brakes don't work when you're on the air, and then just smokes that inside wall hard enough that it throws them back out into the track again. And collects Craig Hagley, unfortunately. There's nothing Lovell could have done about that. It was such a hard impact that with wheels not even touching the ground. Wonder what that looks like from the cockpit. You guys want to know what that looks like from the cockpit? Well, I do, so here we go. Plug your ears, it's going to get loud. If that was real life accident, that would have been a serious neck injury. Yowza. Brian Lovell makes it to the pits. He is getting service. This race is almost over, so maybe he's trying to limp it to the end. Currently in first place on scoring is the 088 of Greg Lovell. This is lap number 37 of 38. And the lights are still on the pace truck. So you know what that means. That means the race is done. So the field, as you see here, we'll give you the current standings right there. If you can see them, if you're watching on a cell phone, sorry about your luck, Chuck. You can't read that. First place, Greg Lovell. Second place, Kelly Buckshot Causey. And third place is Denny in the 41, who was clutching. He still is clutching. You can see his tack. He's revving it up to five grand, and then he's dumping the clutch to save gas. And as he told us in the interview, he's been doing this for a long time, this race, by gambling on that last pit stall, or on that last pit cycle. So the lights on the pace truck do not matter. Greg Lovell will win this race, and Kelly Causey will come in second. But I'm curious if Denny can make it. White flag is there on the flag stand. So your ticker across the top is coming back around. Those will be the final results of the race, unless we have some drivers, such as quite possibly Mr. Carroll here in the 41 truck, possibly running out of fuel. Riding along in the cockpit, we will be able to hear his engine completely shut down if he does run out of gas. And then we will focus on Greg Lovell in the orange Tide truck. as he is the winner this evening in the 088. So congratulations to Greg. See now, under yellow, if Denny does run out of fuel, he could get a push. You can see in his rearview mirror there, you've got the, what is that? Is that the 510 of Brandstetter? Brandstetter could push him to the line, and that will count. So he's probably going to make it. In our little talk that we had with Denny there a few laps ago, he did say that he was running on an even he was running an even fuel prediction, meaning that the game will predict how much gas you have left and how much you should take. So it'll say splash of fuel, and it'll say none. Splash of fuel, none. So he was probably pretty close. With this yellow coming out, that will definitely help him because you use a lot less fuel, obviously, under yellow flag conditions. Well, it looks like Danny's going to make it. And it also looks like Greg is going to be your winner. So we will follow Greg. Congratulations to the number 088. The Downey, Bounty, Kroger, Tide, every cleaning product you can imagine sponsored car, truck, Greg Lovell. Winning this evening's race in a raceback situation, surviving 2 little accidents, 1 minor single truck spin, and then another catastrophic wreck on his way to win race number 3 of the Fast and Furious Truck Series. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bam, bam. I won't sing. That truck does look good inside the smoke cloud. Here, actual live footage of Greg Lovell doing a burnout. He's won a couple of these, so he definitely knows how to do it. There's Jeffrey Elliott up there, give him a little bump. We're going to have to call the fire department. Smoke inhalation. Everybody has asthma and is sitting in the front row. Please remember your inhaler. He's going to blow this thing up. Oh, we may be out of tires. That's it. Congratulations to Greg. Fantastic. I'll save up this replay here. And we can get to talk to the podium. Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious trucks. Fast. I just used the... Oh no, I didn't save it. Oh man. They kicked the server back. Oh.
Jeffrey Elliott to the tower.
Oh, Jeffrey Elliott. This is the tower. You kicked the server out so quick, man. I couldn't save the export, couldn't get the replay. I was just going to click save.
Oh, do you need that quickly, sir? Because I don't know who did that. So it's already out. It's already off.
It's toast. Yeah. He the burnout completed, and I just typed in the word. I just typed in the date and was about to click save on the replay, and it was gone.
You want me to send that to you on your Facebook?
The export, yes.
Give me
that would
second,
be lovely.
And I was going to bring Bob Dixon down here to do the factoids for the audience. If that's okay first before we interview top 3.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, do that. Yeah, get me that export too, because I want to see who won. Well, I know that, but thank you, sir. We're tasking Jeffrey with all kinds of stuff. Not only is he running a legitimate racing event right now, now he's going to text message me the export. I don't know why that race went down so quick. Usually we have time to watch the burnout until it ends. So I always wait until the driver quits. Then I save the replay. I save the race statistics. And then I can load the game back up and show you guys some highlights. I was going to go back and look at that Denny Carroll save back there, like lap 16, because it was crazy save. He said he had no damage from that save either. It could have been a catastrophe. But excellent save, and congratulations on the win to Greg, Kelly, and Denny. Very eventful race for Denny, like he was saying. Dodging a couple wrecks, saving it. There we go. Bob Dixon. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Blaine.
How you doing, man? Apparently, we get the factoids live on the air right now.
That's right. I'm bringing them to you live over the broadcast.
This is like an exclusive because the drivers haven't even heard this yet.
No, they did. I just gave it to them.
That's okay.
They didn't like the results, but I gave it to them.
All right, man. Let it rip at your leisure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. The factoids of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 fastest laps first. In honorable mention was Kelly Causey. In 5th place was Denny Carroll. Denny did a 47.631 second lap. That's 201.046 mile per hour on lap 26. The top 8 fastest laps were all on lap 26. Something was going on there.
Wow.
And 4th was Bobby Farrell. Bobby did a 47.545 second lap. That's 201.410 mile per hour. 3rd was Mark Paglia. Mark did a 47.474 second lap. That's 201.711 mile per hour. 2nd was Steven Brandstetter. Steve did a 47.439 second lap. That's 201.860 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night, oh my goodness, goes to Bob Dixon. I did a 47.414 second lap. That's 201.966 mile per hour, all on lap 26.
201.9.
And the most laps led was Greg Lavelle. Greg did 14 laps. Ken Roberts 7, Keith Bynum 7, Jeffrey Elliott 3, Robert Breedlove 2, Chris Elliott 2, Brian Lavelle 1, Steve Brandstetter 1, and Outlaw did 1. And that's your factoids of the night, buddy.
So you said 201.9 average. That's a wild lap.
I did a 201.966 mile per hour lap on lap 26 with all the other top 5.
Wow, that sounds, and that's like stripe to stripe. That's a crazy fast lap.
Oh, isn't it? That means, that basically means that in the turns, I was going about 199 and a half. And on the straightaways, I was sucking up doing 202, almost 203.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. For an average lap to be almost 202 miles per hour, that is insane. Like you said, there was a perfect storm on that lap if everybody had those numbers.
Yep. Just think, 966, that would be 34.
Yeah.
34 100ths of a second, and I would have hit 202. but I didn't.
Jeez.
Hey, thanks.
Wow.
Thanks for hanging out with us and recording tonight.
No, my pleasure, man. It's a lot of fun. This is a really fun race to watch. That was great.
Hey, hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's nothing like the factoids. You do it at mini leagues, RTG, and wherever else you might have raced at before then. Appreciate you doing over here. I'm glad you're part of my team of Talladega Nights. Any shout outs to the wife, kids, family, everybody?
My wife Dee won't be watching this. She doesn't watch it after we race and stuff. She comes in here once in a while and looks over my shoulder and says, "Are you winning?" But Tom's wife Tracy is watching the live broadcast. She might be hearing this now. So hello, Tracy. Hope everything is going all right with you. Take care of Tom for us.
Awesome. Anything you want to close up with, Blaine?
No, like I said, it's awesome to get the factoids live on the broadcast because we always miss it, obviously, because it's in the drivers' meeting. But thank you very much for doing that.
Just pull me down. I'd be happy to do it anytime. Jeff, I only do this for RTG and TNL.
10-4. Well, we appreciate you. I'm glad you're part of the family. Glad I've known you for 8 years or so.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
bud.
All right. Thank you again, Blaine.
Thank you, Bob.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you very much.
All right. Good night.
I'm going to go find those 3 winners for you, sir, and start off with 3rd place.
There it is, number 41, Denny Carroll, coming straight up. Let's get you guys some music here, since we like The Rise of Dissension.
That's right. Let's do it. We're going to make Denny happy. Yeah. He just piled in here on the golf cart and flew in here with a Lear jet. There he is, Mr. Denny himself.
So are we back?
We are back again because, I mean, like you said, you've had an eventful race, dodged a couple wrecks, saved an accident from happening, clutching, conserving fuel, pitch strategy, right down to the wire.
Good when it was over.
2 laps to the good?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah, because I was in the cockpit when the yellow was out, and we were watching you clutching, and I'm like, oh man, I'm hoping that I think it was it Brandstetter that was behind you? I'm thinking if Denny runs out of gas, I really hope that Steven just pushes you to the line.
Yeah, no, I think he was in front of me.
Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't get the replay.
Thanks to Blaine for putting on these broadcasts. I like watching them after the races are over.
Yeah, there's usually seems to be a gremlin in the system somewhere. So of course we got the whole race finished, and then it just happened right there. So yeah, all the mics are back up working again. But no, yeah, yeah, you've been in the right place at the right time the last couple of weeks. It's been a lot of fun watching that whole thing unfold. It's cool to follow the drivers from week to week and from series to series and to learn everybody's names. And sometimes
I love watching the broadcasts. They're fun to watch.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, they're definitely fun to do. I'm getting the hang of it now.
I told Jeff we're going to have to do some of these for the Back to the Future series.
Well, I might have to work 4 jobs to get them, paid for, but, I'm working on it. I'm working 2 jobs already, right, Blaine?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's the thing too, like the Shake and Bake series is a big one, but yeah, the Back to the Future would be cool because then we could get some different tracks. But we can.
Well,
in
them mile and a halves we get all spread out where you talk about somebody without other cars all around them.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot different style of race.
Jeff, we're gonna have to put some money to help you do this stuff.
Well, I do my best. we'll do our best, and Blaine and I are working it out. So it's whatever donations come in, they go to the server, they go to broadcasting and the website for Donnie, and a little bit to Dixon for what he does. So we're coming together. It's we're bringing in new people, new talent. So races are not as good as we want them to be, but we can only get better, guys. And just bringing in new people, it just keeps this game alive, obviously. So kudos to everybody for coming out.
Y'all get Greg in here. Give him don't be easy on him.
I ain't gonna be easy on that guy for sure. All right, buddy, we're gonna wrap this one up. But Denny, congratulations on third place, and I'm glad you're out here just about every freaking night. And so am I. I miss going out on a date once in a while. Maybe you can take over one night so I can go out and have some fun.
Hell, maybe me and you can date.
I think I'll roll. You're a married man, so I'll pass on that one. But I prefer 120. But anyways, all right, man. We'll wrap this up. I'm gonna grab second place. But anything you like to wrap up, Blaine?
No, we're good to go. I finally get to stop talking for a little while and let you guys do all the work. So thank you. I get to take a drink of water.
You know how hard it was to drag these guys down here in the middle of a race, yellow, and oh goodness gracious!
I don't even know how you do it, man. Congratulations on the podium finish, Denny. We'll see you next time.
Who was second place? I don't even know.
Kelly Buckshot Cossey in the 0-0. Yeah, buddy.
2 times in a row.
I think so.
Well, let's talk about that.
Let's talk to Kelly, man. Didn't lead any laps, but got second place, and that's all that matters. How you doing tonight?
Man, doing well. It was a fun race. It really was. I would like to lead a lap or two, especially that last one, but couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, you've usually got a few laps led, but it's according to my stats, nothing. But I guess I don't even know how many points are for a lead lap. What's it, like 1?
I think it's 5. Did you get 5 points? I think so. Maybe it's 1.
Something like that.
I don't lead too many, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I guess I should have pushed somebody out of the way then.
There you go.
Well, Buckshot, congratulations on second place again. Did you come in second in the team event? Or last week?
No, the first race, I think it was.
And I thought we just talked to you like back to back in an interview, and you came second place in the team race. You were.
Oh yeah, it was team race. Yeah, sure was.
And just to let you know, on a live broadcast, we actually had to take that win away from Bernie Mobbs. As much as he raced hard and clean and did a great job, but he did not serve his penalty on that last incident, and you actually won that race, sir.
Yeah, that's great. Great deal.
So congratulations again. Yeah. So bringing out some new talent out here, it can get tough, and learning these guys, they're learning us, they're learning the track, but we have to keep this game alive and try to recruit and train and build these guys' driving skills up. And you're a great example of that. So I'm glad you're out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, us guys that have been doing it a while, I mean, we try to hook up, but also, you got to give those guys rooms a little bit. You got to understand where they're at right now and they're racing and how they're doing. And, you don't need to race them like you would one of us. And that way they can get better at it, and see how you kind of do it. So it's always good to get new guys out there and they'll get better.
Oh yeah, they it's just getting the people. You're throwing in 25 cars and over a blanket more or less. Or trucks. It's not easy by no means, and just getting people to not bump in the corners. Obviously, you RTG specialists out there. I watched you last night, man. Great run out there last night.
Thank you.
It just takes a little talent out here. It's not so much turning the wheel. It's just knowing what to do. When you're around people. So it's a learning curve, and we'll get there. Blaine, any questions for Mr. Buckshot Kelly, you call him?
Yeah, you got too many names. Can we maybe we should get a new name next week. We'll just start calling you like the Terminator or something.
It's all right.
Where'd the name Buckshot come from?
Well, do you remember Buckshot Jones?
Okay, yep.
Well, when he started in the racing, I live in Mississippi, and my wife worked at a casino, and she ran into a guy that was his publicist or whatever, and I got to meet him. And next thing you know, I was the fan club director for the state of Mississippi for Buckshot Jones, and got to go to some races and stuff. Yeah, so that's why I took the name.
That's funny, yeah, because I figured that a lot of guys just have screen names, but that one's actually like a real life experience. Landed you with that one.
You know what's so funny? I thought he just had a bunch of shotguns, and he just loved to. I know he was a hunter. He's always hunting or doing something. So I just thought he liked shooting big old moose or something.
I don't know if you want to hunt with buckshot though. That's make a mess of your.
So buckshot's
shot.
more for like birds and geese. Is that what buckshot is?
Yeah, unless you're double aught.
Well,
or using bolts. I know guys who shoot with bow and arrow.
Really?
Yeah.
But anyways, awesome to have you out here, Kelly. You're a great inspiration to anywhere you race, and thanks for coming out here, hanging out with Talladega Nights for almost a year and a half now. And just glad you're with us, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate all you guys do. I mean, Jeffrey and Ken and Bob and all you guys and Chris, y'all do a great job. And Blaine, you do an excellent job doing it solo like you do, man. I'm telling you, it's hard to do, but you do a great job with it. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. I don't get to be here all the time, but I enjoy being here when I can.
Thank you for the kind words.
You know, Buckshot, only if you knew him behind the scenes, young man. I'm just kidding, Blaine.
Yeah. And Donnie Elliott. Don't forget Donnie Elliott. That guy runs the website. That's crazy.
Yeah, Donnie is a beast. Donnie Elliott, you hear this? You're a beast for Donnie Elliott from running our website. So appreciate him as well. So I'll let you do the closing, Blaine, and we'll get Greg up here.
Right on. Any shout outs, anything else you got to say before we let you go?
No, just that, my family, my wife and my kids and my mom I know my mom was watching, and she always does and enjoys it, and always talks about the great job y'all do. So, and had a good run there with Ken. Ken's one of the guys I run with. And so, just a great night, a lot of fun, and hope to keep it up.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good weekend. Well, we might even be here tomorrow. Who knows?
I'll be here.
We'll be here tomorrow unless the hurricane comes through here. But anyways, great job, second place. I guess we're going to have to talk to that guy named Greg Level again for a win. So congratulations to him. But all right, Kelly, I'm going to move you back up, bud.
10-4.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Well, Blaine, look who I found. I mean, I jumped in that. Was it tricycle? No, what's those things with the three wheels on? I don't know, but I found this guy. He's been waiting. He had a hot dog and a Coke and a shake. Here he is, Greg Level.
The winner, the podium, right up top of the podium, first place. Qualified, what was it? Qualified second, finished first. Right up front again, Greg. Congratulations.
Thank you, Blaine. It was a fun race, man. I was just at the right place at the right time there at the end when that caution came out.
I was trying to figure this out on the broadcast with the tide scheme. I want to say Craven or Waltrip or both.
Waltrip.
It was Waltrip, right? He used to run Tide.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I was right. I was like having an argument with myself. Actually, I'm like, why don't I know this?
It was Ricky Craven and Michael Waltrip.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was right. It was both of them. Okay. I was like, was it Craven? No, I think it was Waltrip. And I'm thinking, no, I think it was both of them because they raced in different times.
Right.
But I love that paint scheme. That's so cool. That orange and blue and yellow. It looks good in the front.
I've actually had that scheme for probably 4 years, and I just haven't used it lately.
Oh, yeah, because you're usually running, what is it, Texaco?
Yeah, a Texaco scheme.
Yeah, right on.
Well, congratulations once again, Mr. Level. I mean, you are our reigning shake and bake champion. I'm sure you're looking at that beautiful coffee mug that I sent to you, and plenty of coffee out of it and some Mountain Dew, I hope. But man, you are hard to beat, young man, and I'm so glad you're out here. I know super speedways get old, but you know what? When you bring us together and just having fun, and you win sometimes, it's worth it, man. I'm glad you're out here. Appreciate being a mentor to some of these guys that are just stepping up and learning. We just got to give them some time to grow with us. And I want to thank you for being out here at Talladega Nights.
Yeah, no problem, man. You know, I tell these guys all the time, if you just need help, just holler at me. I don't care to help you with wheel settings or game settings, try to give you some pointers how I race, you know. Jeffrey, I don't come to win all the races. But if I'm in that spot too, I'm going to try, you know. But mostly to have fun.
Yeah,
mostly to have fun.
Right. And I hope you
enjoy it. You know, have friends, man.
And, you know, in this world, friends mean a lot, online or in person. So,
yep.
Since I met you on in this game, and you know, you're a trooper. We got to know each other really well. So, you and your brother, especially you and Denny, what a character he is. But I love the guy. But anyways, you're a beast, man. I didn't even know you won. I got caught up in the middle of a wreck, and but I rolled the dice and didn't park it. And hopefully it don't fall on me, but if it does, it does. But man, great job again tonight. Tomorrow's a big shake and bake dance. I hope you come out there and try to win your title back again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll be here, man. You know, because of my internet, I have to race mostly super speedways anyway. So until they get it straightened out, that's what I'll be doing.
But you're doing a great job with that. We're working with you guys or anybody that might have a little bit of issue right now. That if something happens and you guys do what you do and you come back and you want to race, I mean, you can't go wrong there. So thanks, man. I don't want to tie up Blaine much longer. Is there anything, Blaine, you like to share with Greg?
No, I was just going to say, like a couple of years ago when I was racing with like RTG and I started racing with all you guys, it's, you know, like new players. I don't know if anybody's watching it and it's like, oh man, these guys are so good. I'm like, just get in the races because everybody's super chill. And if you want to know how to drive, just follow one of these guys because that's the easiest way to learn, you know, when to flutter that gas pedal or drag that brake. And it's all the little things that happen in this game. You can learn a lot from just following guys like Bragg.
Yeah, I really struggled though, Blaine, till about 3 years ago. I started running open setups over BSR, and it really, really helped me get better. You know, I used to struggle too, man. I was lucky to finish 10th.
Yeah.
In most races, you know, and anybody that really knows me knows that. So I've really improved with other people's help, other people's tips.
Yeah, especially the open setups are neat because there's a lot of places you can just download a setup and then really dig in and start tweaking to your driving style. And yeah, it definitely forces you to really learn the game and how all these little things come together. I've never put it on arcade mode. I don't recommend anybody do that because simulation mode is where it's at.
Exactly. Jovan Anderson helped me a lot. Robert Balcom helped me a lot. He hasn't been around for a while, but you know, I've gotten a lot of help from Ricky J's helped me a lot. Jovan has, man. I mean, he's really, really helped me.
Where's Balcom? Because he was all over the place.
Yeah, last time I spoke to him, he was building a race car.
Oh,
so I don't know if he's busy with that or you know what it is.
Well, I'm sure Robert Balcom knows me well now. He never met me in person. We've raced many places back, ASR and things like that. But we don't know each other. But I know he knows who I am now after a year of sending him weekly promos that you paint, Blaine, and everything comes behind it. He's getting them. I just know he's a busy man, obviously. But maybe someday he'll come out here.
Poor Robert's going to check his inbox, and it's going to be 16,000 messages, and 14,000 of them are going to be Talladega Nights advertising.
Jeffrey Elliott, right?
Yeah, Robert doesn't run many super speedway tracks. You'll be lucky to see him on a super speedway. It's just not his cup of tea.
Well, maybe he'll surprise us, right? Robert, you hear this? Maybe he'll surprise us one day. Come out here and just run with these boys. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Any call-outs, shout-outs, Mr. Greg, champion yourself?
Yeah, let's get it just to BSR and those guys over there. They're, you know, real good friends of mine, too. And all the leagues, man, Open Speedway, CCR. If it wasn't for all these guys, RTG, we wouldn't be here.
You know what? You're absolutely right. We actually had a new person from Hobo Racing that they've been around a long time. So we've actually had 9 different leagues out here, from drivers from different leagues playing tonight. And like Afterburner, ASR, BSR, CCR. We did have CCR guys. So we had Hobo, we had RTG guys, Open Speedway guys. So I give it up to all these owners, Ralph and Ray, Pollock, and all these guys that run these leagues, man. It's not an easy thing to do by no means. So I give it to them, and I apologize as a driver for the last 15 years when I gave them a hard time. But hey, guys, we all live and learn.
Yep, you guys too, Jeff. Y'all do a good job too, man. So don't sell yourself short.
I appreciate that, man. We're a bunch of rookies just trying to make something happen.
Blaine does a great job too. I watched the broadcast. You know, every single one of them. I go back and watch them.
I watched them 100 times already. Don't tell them that, but you know, I'm not in love with them or anything. But I do like them. But anyways, guys. All right, Blaine. I'm gonna let you wrap it up with Mr. Greg, and you have a great night. And thanks for the race. And we'll be back here tomorrow night.
We will be, yeah. And I guess all the wrapping up's been done. I just say congratulations again on the podium finish, first place, Greg, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
All right, Blaine. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Right on, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night, Blaine.
Good night, sir. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, buddy. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Right on. We'll be here. Jeffrey Elliott and Greg Lovell, your winner. As you can see there from the statistics tonight, those, remember, are unofficial results because League Administration will have to go over the replays to see the causes of the yellow flags and if drivers properly served their penalties. But we'll talk about that on a future broadcast if we are back here with the trucks, because we are full-time with the Shake and Bake series in the Monster Energy 2019 cars. Every Saturday night here in Tarnation TV, we broadcast Talladega Nights Shake and Bake series season number 2. Race number 3 is tomorrow. 9 p.m. is when the broadcast will start. Green flag around the 9:30 p.m. mark. We hope to see you here, because we will definitely be here calling that race and having a lot of fun with that one too. So thanks again if you were watching this whole thing. I'd like to thank my friends in Rise of Dissension for allowing us to use the music. All the links for Talladega Nights, for Rise of Dissension, and the other bands I play on the broadcast are down in the description below. If you like what you see and you had some fun, click the thumb bell, subscribe to the channel. Have yourself a fantastic evening. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Have yourself some good mosh pitting and keep your stick on the ice.
Prince of the power of the air, Father of lives without a care. You know who I am.